Hello and welcome to Adventure Planet, where today I'm here at the Legoland Windsor Resort here in the UK. Now this park is a Merlin-owned attraction and opened back in 1996 and was actually only the second Legoland park to be built in the world after the original opened in Billund, Denmark back in the late 60s. Now this park here themed into 12 separate areas, including their newest area, Legoland Mythica, which actually only opened just over a year ago, back in May last year. Now that area actually features the UK's first and so far only flying theatre ride, the Flight of the Skyline, which I'm really looking forward to seeing and experiencing, because this is the first time I've been to Legoland Windsor since before the pandemic. So plenty of new areas to kind of experience and things to see. Lots of theming has changed and all that kind of stuff. So really looking forward to getting back into this one. Now today is a Sunday. I've paid £36 for my ticket today, along with £7 parking. Now you can get slightly cheaper tickets midweek where they drop down to about £32, so not too bad on the whole. It is a Sunday today, like I say, and I'm expecting attendance to be a little bit higher than usual because it is a Lego Ninjago weekend. Now these have been running since the beginning of June and it's actually their last weekend next weekend. Now these events kind of offer exclusives, if you like, surrounding the Lego Ninjago area of the park, as well as character meet and greets. So attendance does kind of get pushed up just a little bit when these events are running. Obviously Legoland is the #1 visited theme park here in the UK anyway, so it's always pretty busy, but obviously these events do just kind of help lift those numbers a little bit more. So I am expecting it to be pretty busy today. Park hours are 10 AM through till 6 PM, so we have got 8 hours of operations here today. So we should have plenty of time to kind of see everything, get on a couple of rides and check out some of the new areas of the park. I'm going to head straight down to that new area now, Legoland Mythica. Let's see what it's all about. Come with me as we check out Legoland Windsor here in the UK. This should be a good one. Let's go. And here we are in Legoland Mythica then. Now last time I was here, this entire area was called Adventureland, so this has changed quite considerably since I was last here. Yeah, liking the looks of all this. We've got the Hungry Troll there. Some fish and chips, that could be my lunch later on. There he is. There's the troll himself. Loving the audio around here as well, really good. Well themed. Of course, you've got Challenge Hydra there. Great ride, this one. And of course, you've got the fire and ice drop towers just at the back here. Looks like a little bit of maintenance going on there at the moment. Hopefully they'll be open a little bit later on. It's actually, they actually opened the rides up a little bit early here today. It's about another 13 minutes before official ride open time. Yeah, great area this. The colours, the theming, the audio, all fantastic, really good. The creature creation stations and stuff in the back there. And here we are, Flight of the Skyline, and look at the queue already. Anyway, I'm going to jump on this and I'll let you know my thoughts afterwards. Looking forward to this one. Just got off my ride then on Flight of the Skyline, and that, I gotta say, is probably going to be my favourite ride here in the park. really, really good as far as flying theatres go. Obviously, if you've ridden something like Soarin' at Epcot, for example, you'll know what to expect from that ride. A little bit more intense than Soarin', I have to say, but really, really immersive. Everything working on there, from the smell pods to the jets of water and all that kind of stuff. Really, really solid ride that. Probably not quite worth the 1 hour wait that it is now, but if you can get it to sort of between a half hour, 45 minutes, absolutely worth going on that one. Really, really good. Really happy with that. That was fantastic. And the Fire and Ice drop towers now back in action there. I like to kind of call these ones bounce towers, really. Kind of more, you know, for the younger children, younger kids. Nothing really too intense about them. Little gyro drop towers. It is worth noting that obviously Legoland as a park as a whole is very much focused towards children kind of the age of 4 to 12 years old. So a lot of the rides are kind of that sort of intensity, really. However, there are some fantastic rides here, including 3 roller coasters, one of which, the Dragon, is actually a little bit more intense than others. The most intense ride here at the park, as well as 2 junior coasters that we'll be taking a look at a little bit later on. Hey, looks a lot of fun though. Now I thought I'd just take a little look at the magical forest section here now. Now this was actually a section that was added only this year. A couple of months ago actually, back in May this opened, and this is just like a little walkthrough area featuring a couple of interactives. And wow, oh, it's like I'm being teleported into a new dimension. Yeah, just thought I'd come and take a little look. And here we are. There he is, all bits and bobs. Yeah, we got little interactives, little buttons here you can press to make things happen. Yeah, really not. Oh wow. I'm gonna have to duck under here. Oh wow. Yeah, you see some great great models here as well. Really well done, really well themed. Now I'm not actually sure what this used to be. When this was Adventureland before Lego Mythica, I don't actually think this was anything. I think this was just a whole forest area that was kind of fenced off, really, and they've kind of turned it into this magical forest walkthrough here. I mean, these trees are old, they're not new, they've been here for a while, so it looks as though they've actually built this pathway actually through this existing forest area here, which is actually really good and really nice to see. Fly trap there, you got little facts, and you've also got AR activation points here, where if you have the Legoland app, you can use those. AR obviously stands for augmented reality, and you can see little things happening on your phone that look as though they're actually happening in front of you when they're not. But they give the kids kind of little games to play and little quizzes to play around with as well, which kind of keeps them entertained as you're walking through this area. Nice bit of mist as well there. Little fire effect. Nice and refreshing, actually. There's the baby lava dragon there. Saw him on Flight of the Skyline. Oh, fantastic ride that was. Really, really good. Got some screens in here as well. Also on the ceiling. Nice and immersive little area. All the lava and stuff there. There he is, the lava dragon himself. Ah, fantastic. And that looks to be about it, but yeah, nice little area. Like I say, it was a little extension that was added just a couple of months ago. Gives you something a little bit extra to look at. Very nice. little bit of off-ride footage there of Hydra's Challenge, which used to be Squid Surfer Ride back before Lego Mythica was all kind of introduced in that area. Just come around to the back of Mythica now, and this is where you'll find the hotels for Legoland Windsor. You have the Legoland Hotel just here, and you have the Castle Hotel, which is just a little bit further around this walkway, just over in the distance there. Obviously you've got a nice bit of scenic beauty here as well. You got the ducks on the pond and that, little fountains and stuff. And yeah, these are two hotels that are actually right on resort here. So obviously, like I say, you come out of this Legoland Hotel here, you walk down this walkway, and literally Mythica is just there. So obviously, if you're thinking of maybe doing spreading Legoland Windsor across maybe 2 days, these are definitely an ideal place to stay. They've all come with their own themed rooms, and both hotels actually feature a really well-themed pirate swimming pool that you can take advantage of if you're staying here. Now, you can book these and get all the prices and reservation details on Legoland Windsor's website, which I'll drop in the description for you to take a look at if that's something that you're thinking of doing in the future. Not celebrating the 10 years of the happy birthday cake here, all made of Lego. That's great. How if I get something like that for my birthday in a couple of weeks? There's a seagull there. All right, let's head on down this way. And there's a quick look at the Castle Hotel, which in my opinion is much better themed than the standard Legoland Hotel. Some of these Lego models out the front here are truly superb. Look at this. Certainly never made anything quite this detailed in school. Really nice. Yeah, great theming around here. Obviously, this being a Lego park, there's loads of these models spread around the park, and some of them really are quite fantastic. How are we doing? Yeah, he looks all right. He looks good. All the nice colours here, and obviously you got the flags and stuff as well. And obviously like little play parks for, you know, the real young children. And it's kind of an outdoor seating area there for the adults. Really nice. So just approaching Lego City now then with Deep Sea Adventure, where we can actually get on and ride a submarine. 15-minute wait for this one, and I can actually take you on this one. So let's get on and have a look. Great queue line this, with some really detailed Lego models as well, all based around the deep sea creatures. Really cool. And here I am in my little submarine then. Get your own little submarine here as we explore the bottom of the ocean and see all the fishes and sharks. Nice little ride, this one. Lots of different viewpoints. And yeah, you're just in a little submarine. Very cool. We've got Lego fish there as well.
Send it deeper now. And welcome to the deep sea. Some more of our dive team are here looking for Atlantis, lost treasures in the ocean, and spotted super cool sea creatures. The water is full of life and Atlantic treasure. Keep an eye open for lurking sharks. Some like to fly around on the seabed. I do love sharks. Awesome fact. Sharks have been on the earth longer than dinosaurs.
Don't forget about the cow-nosed stingrays. They're pretty cool too. They swim in groups.
A little bit of on-ride footage there then of the deep sea adventure here at Legoland Windsor. And yeah, really nice kind of rides, just kind of, you know, sit there, chill out a little bit in your own submarine, get a, you know, some of the views of the aquatic life there from stingrays, sharks, various fish and all the kind of rest of it. And lots of little Lego models in there as well, again, of fish. A big old Atlantis model in there as well, which was actually pretty good to see. It's been there for a long time now, looking a little bit grubby, but yeah, still there, still watching people go by in their submarines. I'm going to head a little bit further into the park now then. Of course, like I said earlier, this is a park that's kind of catered very much to obviously the small children. 4 to 12 years old is kind of what it's recommended. However, we do of course have Miniland here, which is something that even adults can really enjoy. I'm going to head towards that now, see if anything else has changed in Miniland. I don't think there has been any changes in the last couple of years, but it is always really good to see. So let's head that way now, and yeah, we'll take a look. Before we do head around to Miniland though, we've got Coast Guard HQ here, which just kind of goes around this track here, where you can obviously drive your own little boat here. Lots of picture opportunities, lots of video opportunities as well. Lots of Lego models in the back here, and this elephant, his elephant here, does a good job of getting you wet if you don't quite know that he's hidden around in these bushes here. And just behind Coast Guard HQ then, we have got the Haunted House Monster Party. Vekoma Madhouse this one, and a pretty good one as well. Not quite on the same level as Hex at Alton Towers, but still pretty fun nonetheless. Just got off my ride on the Haunted House Monster Party then, and yeah, like I say, it's a Vekoma Madhouse. If you've been on one of those before, you know exactly what to expect. It's really kind of the story and the audio that kind of makes those rides. And you know, there's the one here at Legoland Windsor Resort is obviously very focused towards the kids, but it is still a fun ride. You know, for those that don't know, the Vekoma Madhouse is basically in a show building. You sit on a long bench, and it basically simulates the feeling of going upside down. The chair kind of slightly rocks whilst the whole room actually turns 360 degrees, giving the impression that you're kind of going upside down, but you're really not. Anyway, I've come a little bit further around, and behind me here, as you can see, is the Lego driving school, which gives kids the opportunity to actually drive their own cars. And it's really quite a fantastic little track here. You got the whole track that goes along here. You got like a petrol station at the back there, traffic lights, all the rest of it. Really fun for the kids, and hey, I'm just enjoying watching it. I feel like I want to get on myself. Yeah, and you got the policeman over the back there, just to catch anyone that's speeding, gets caught by this speed camera here. It's a great little ride, that, and the best part of it is that once you've actually finished and you've driven around this whole area here, you actually get to pick up your own driving license. Yeah, fantastic. I didn't get one of those when I came here. And I'm just heading into Duplo Valley now. Now this is obviously even more focused towards kind of the really young kids, probably around kind of 4 or 5 years old here. This is also where you'll find one of our first coasters, which we'll take a look at in a moment. You've got some Farmer Joe's chicken over the back here. And there you go, nice and colourful. Currently closed at the moment though, hopefully not for long. Now we've got the Duplo Valley Theatre to our left here. This caters to lots of shows for the kids. Really nice. You got a little train ride here as well. It's a little track ride that just comes around here and goes back around. And then at the back, if you'll notice, this is actually the area that's home to the splash park here in the park, just at the back there. A big old brick bucket at the top there, which does a good job of getting you pretty wet. And here we are at the entrance of the splash park then, Drenched Towers and Splash Safari. You just kind of enter into this path here, go up and along, and then you get into the splash park itself here, and it goes all the way to the back here. And then opposite here, if you don't want to get wet, there is a standard play park here as well. Actually pretty sizable, and it's always pretty busy. Lots of different kind of slides to get on there, and different apparatus to use. Lots of good theming. And the soft floor as well, just in case your kids take a tumble. And that is called Duplo Playtown. And then right next to that, we've got the helicopters at the back here, which is Duplo Airport. And then, as we mentioned earlier, the Duplo Dino Coaster. Pretty sizable queue at the moment. Yeah, all really nice, really well themed, and a fun little ride for the kids. This is obviously the very low-end coaster, and then you have Dragon's Apprentice, which is a little bit of a step up, and then the Dragon itself, which is kind of more for the kids approaching their teens, or those that actually prefer a little bit more intensity to their rides. A little bit of off-ride footage there then of the Duplo Dino Coaster there. Created by Mack Rides and manufactured by Art Engineering. Just having a little look at the Duplo Airport here as well. Nice little ride that you just control with the control stick in the front of the cabin to adjust your height. Goes up to about 20 feet or so, so not too high. And of course, Duplo Valley underwent major refurbishments a couple of years ago, back in 2020. So this is all looking really, really nice. We've got a couple of things that have been repainted. And this whole area has kind of really been tidied up quite a bit since I last visited back in 2019. Yeah, all looking really, really good. Yeah, I'm going to head down this way now and see if I can get myself on Fairy Tale Brook. I remember that being pretty pleasant last time I got on. Let's go and see if it's open. Is he all right? Sounds like he's drowning. Here we are then on Fairy Tale Brook. Oh, there we are. Just chilling out here on my little boat. Big bad wolf in the background there. Little pigs. Yeah, nice little ride to just kind of chill out on. Although I've got to be honest, I'm the only person in this boat and I'm kind of sat on the side here and it's not level. I feel like I'm about to sink it. Yeah, nice little ride though. Again, nice and relaxing. Just going around, seeing the Lego models, seeing the sights. She is. Oh, is that Queen Elizabeth? I don't know. Here we are in the foresty area a bit there. Is that Hansel and Gretel? I have to apologise for my lack of lore knowledge on this ride. I'm not entirely sure who everybody is. Here we are. Do you see the house made of yummy treats? No, I can't see one. Oh, well, there it is.
Little mouse, who is nibbling at my house?
Actually, it looks pretty tasty. Here we are. There's the 7 dwarves. And then we got Snow White hiding in the trees here. To be honest, it looks a little bit creepy. Cinderella there. Oh, don't cry. I'll take you to the ball. There we are, there's the pumpkins, pumpkin carriage here. The fairy godmother.
Cinderella, you will go to the ball.
Hey, thank you. And there she is. With her glass shoes. Now, as much as I have a little bit of a laugh on this ride, of course, it's not really meant for people like me, but it is great just to see all of these models that are obviously fully made of Lego. It really is impressive stuff. Here we are in Aladdin's cave.
I will be rich beyond my wildest dreams. Your wish is my command, Master.
Oh, there we go. Oh. Someone broke Baby Bear's chair and ate all his porridge. Was it you? You thief!
Grandma! Grandma! Open the door! It's Little Red Riding Hood! Are you there, Grandma? Please open the door!
I don't think she is. I wouldn't go in there either.
Nasty wolf!
Oh wow. Oh, there we are. Always nice to end your fairy tale brook ride session with a little bit of violence. Hello. Smile for the camera, everybody.
Please stay seated.
Nice ride, that. Always good fun. Always worth doing, especially if it's a walk-on like today was. Now we come to my favourite area of the park then. It's Miniland, and this area really is fantastic. Really, really good for both adults and children alike, and it stretches all the way across the back here. 400 million Lego bricks used to create all of the models here, and it really is a spectacle. All this section here, the Explore the World section, was actually only added recently back in 2018. This was all kind of new when I last came here. The Taj Mahal in the back here. You got China here, the Forbidden City. All the models on the front here as well, the little dragon. Sydney Opera House here. Yeah, the models really are fantastic, and you also get a good view of them from the sky ride that goes along the top here to give yourself a view of these areas. And some of the larger buildings over here as well. Got the Luxor at Vegas over the back there, Statue of Liberty, Empire State. Meticulous detail in these models, really well done, and there's 300 kilometers of cabling underneath all of this area to get things like this boat in the back here, to get the movements of these models all work in this little car here. 300 kilometers. And Kennedy Space Center here as well. Been a while since I've been here, actually. Maybe look at getting back next year. You got Rocket Park here. And Kennedy Center tour bus going in the back there as well. And then, of course, we've got one of the huge launch pads here. I mean, it really, really is stunning. And if you don't do anything else in this park, this is almost worth the entrance fee alone, seeing all these models. A big mountain there with the cable cars going up and down the back there. Arc de Triomphe here. Eiffel Tower. And the old train running in the back there. So many great photo opportunities to have here as well. And then of course, we come to London. And this is just amazing. Look at the height of these buildings. Tower Bridge there. Obviously all of this Canary Wharf area. Of course, got the London Eye there. Houses of Parliament, Big Ben. Trafalgar Square, Buckingham Palace, they're all here. BT Tower. Really great stuff. There's Buckingham Palace there. Horse Guards Parade that you just saw a little clip of there. And their Jubilee picnics here. There's of course Windsor Castle. There's a little stage show going on just over the back there for Lego Ninjago. I always forget just how impressive these models are. Is that a raven over the back there? I think it's just a crow. That would have been fantastic if it had been. There's a bit of Edinburgh Castle there in Scotland. You even got the underground railways here that come out of here, go along. Carefully Castle there in Wales. There's a little Welsh rugby going on here as well. lots of different areas of Miniland just covered there then, and I gotta say, it always impresses me, this area, every time I come down here. Like I say, 400 million Lego bricks and 300 kilometers of underground cabling makes all of this possible. It really is a fantastic place to look around. Like I say, even if you're an adult, you can appreciate all of this stuff. We've got a bit of Belgium behind me here, as you've just seen on the previous footage. Really, really nice area. One thing I have noticed is that some of the models are looking a little bit tired, and I think that's mainly due to them being kind of exposed to the elements year in, year out. A lot of people have said that, you know, they could really do with some kind of covering over this area to kind of protect these models from the elements, from the rain, the wind, the sun. Obviously we get full four seasons here in the UK, so it can get pretty dreary and also pretty hot, which does affect these models. But looking at the layout, I'm just not quite sure that's possible. Maybe on some of the bigger, more sort of exquisite models, that might be an idea, just to kind of give them that added level of protection. But otherwise, I think it'd be a little bit cramped if you started putting, like, you know, many canopies in this area, you know, because it will need quite a few of them, because there are lots of separated areas across this section of the park. So I'm not quite sure how that would look. And on a nice day like today, this really does look the part. And I think the canopies and stuff might take away from that a little bit. Not too sure. However, maybe it's something they'll think about a little bit later on in the future. Anyway, I'm going to head into the brick now. Now this is new for 2022, which gives kids and adults the opportunity to pick up some Lego and start building various models. Let's take a look inside. And here we are inside the brick then, nice and air-conditioned building for hot days like today. And like I say, it's a fairly sizable building. Stretches right across the back here and all around the outside are these tubs full of Lego pieces. Thousands upon thousands of different pieces to build whatever model might take your fancy after being inspired by the amazing models that are just outside here. Yeah, real fun place. Just heading down into Pirate Shores now, which was actually known as Wild Woods until 2010. We're just going to head down here, see if anything's changed in this area of the park. Just like to, as a kind of a side note, if you are coming down to Legoland Windsor, it is worth noting that if you do suffer from mobility problems or anything along those lines, it is worth noting that this is quite a hilly park. You can get a considerable workout if you do decide to come here, especially on the warmer days. So if you do suffer from any kind of mobility issues, it's worth taking that into account. Right at the start of the park, there is a funicular which takes you from the beginning area all the way down kind of all the hills, but it is still quite a hilly park anyway, so do keep that in mind if you are thinking of coming here. Just heading into Ninjago World here, and there's a little rocking tug here called Destiny's Bounty. Always enjoy a good little rocking tug. And behind me, obviously, we have Lego Ninjago the ride. Now, there's currently an hour wait for this, so I'm not going to do it as of yet. I might give it a skip today, might come back and do it a little bit later. I have done it before, a little 4D interactive dark ride where you use your hands to basically fire discs of various different targets as you go around a track. Pretty fun ride, but not quite worth the wait, the full hour, in my opinion. However, this building is always quite impressive here, really well themed. Always looks nice and fresh. And you got the little Ninjago shop here as well. Actually, 1 hour for this ride isn't too bad considering that it is a Ninjago weekend. Was expecting it to be a little bit more than that. And once again, as usual for Legoland, the ride queues have various entertaining things for the kids to do, as well as things to scan on your phone to try and keep them happy during the longer queues. Lego Dragon out the front here as well, looks really nice. Relatively small area this, but really well themed.
Guys, please put your phones away. That's phones away, please.
little bit of off-ride footage there then of both the Jolly Rocker and the Spinning Spider, a teacups ride, and obviously a swinging pirate ship. It's approaching lunchtime now, so I'm going to head into the burger joint behind me and grab a burger from this guy. Looks like he's going around sticking his sword through things. Hopefully I'm not going to be his next victim. Let's go grab a burger, grab some food, see what it's like here in the park. Just settling down for some lunch then here at the Burger Bar in Pirates Cove, and I've gone for the classic meal. A burger which, to be fair, looks pretty good. Some onion rings, fries and a soft drink. This cost me £11, which actually isn't too bad. I'm going to take a little taste now, see if it's good. That's not a bad burger at all. I know it's not exactly, you know, I'm not exactly exploring the food options here with a classic burger, but still, you can't beat a burger and fries right at a theme park. In terms of where we're going after this then, we're going to head towards Knight's Kingdom and check out the two roller coasters on offer here. That's Dragon's Apprentice and the Dragon. We'll see if we can get some off-ride footage of those two coasters. I'm going to head there straight after I've had this burger. Really good.
Cameras away at all times. Once again, phones and cameras away at all times. Thank you.
A little bit of off-ride footage there then of Pirate Falls Treasure Quest. Now usually that's not too much of a soaker, but when you're on busy days like today, especially at the weekend on a nice day, you have a lot of people stood around the interactives at the front of that ride, and when they push those buttons there's a lot of fountains just after you come down that main drop at the end there. There's a lot of fountains that kind of people like to use to get you really wet in that section of the ride. So if it is pretty busy and there's people hovering around there, you're going to expect to get at least an 8 out of 10 soaker on that ride, as you probably just saw on some of the off-ride footage. Anyway, as you can see, I'm here in Knight's Kingdom now, just about to check out the two roller coasters here, Dragon's Apprentice and the Dragon. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the water here. It looks positively toxic. I'm not quite sure what's happened. That needs a bit of a drain and some fresh water put in there, I think. It's looking like a mutant green. I have no idea what's happened. Sun's obviously bleached it quite bad. That needs a little bit of a changeover, I think. Let's go and see what these rides are like, see what the queue times are like, see if I can get some off-ride footage of both of them for you. Let's go take a look. A little bit of off-ride footage then of both the Dragon, Dragon's Apprentice and Merlin's Challenge there, the little spinning carousel ride, which actually is really fun. Now those coasters at the moment have a wait time of about an hour, which is a little bit longer than what I would be willing to wait for them. However, they are really solid coasters, especially, you know, Dragon's Apprentice, again for kind of the smaller children, and then obviously the Dragon, which is actually pretty good even for adults like myself. However, not quite going to wait the full hour for that one. In terms of roller coasters though, that is basically all that they actually have here at Legoland Windsor. You've got those two coasters, and then obviously you have the Duplo Dino coaster back in Duplo Valley. Now it is a little bit limited in terms of coasters. I would like to see at least another one here, maybe even another two potentially. not quite sure where they would go in terms of location. Possibly Mythica's got some dead areas that possibly could be filled by another coaster, and actually Mythica would be a very good area. They could do a really well themed coaster in that area, so that would be nice to see. Nothing obviously, you know, in terms of a proper thrill ride. Obviously Legoland has never been about big thrill coasters and things like that, like Alton Towers and Thorpe Park. It's never been about that, but a coaster or two at least would be good for this park. Obviously the Dragon opened in 1998 with the Dragon's Apprentice following in 1999, so it's been a while since we've had anything substantial in this park. Obviously Duplo Dino coaster is obviously a lot newer, but the Dragon, closest to a thrill coaster you're going to get in this park, you know, is well over 20 years old now. It would be nice to see something new. That's it for Knight's Kingdom though. I'm going to head back through this way and see if I can get on a ride on the Sky Ride to take a look at Miniland from the air. Let's go take a look. So just heading towards the Sky Ride then, I thought I'd cut through the land of the Pharaohs. And as you've just seen from the off-ride footage there's a number of fairground attractions, if you like, that reside in this area of the park. We've got the Aero Nomad, which is kind of a Ferris wheel of types, I guess. They're kind of a small Ferris wheel, nothing too large. You've got Desert Chase, which is a carousel, and you've also got Thunder Blazer, which is kind of a wave swinger, but one that doesn't really get off the ground, if you like. We've also got the Scarab Bouncers there, which is kind of, as I said earlier, my little bounce towers, if you like, for the kids. We've also got an interactive dark ride here called Laser Raiders, which again is having a 50-minute queue right now, which again is a little bit too high for me. It's your typical interactive dark ride though. You have a gun, you shoot at targets as you go around a trackless dark ride essentially. It's pretty fun, but again, 50 minutes, probably not, it's probably just a little bit too much for me currently. And I've just made my way up into the imagination section of the park there. Now here there's actually an education centre which offers national curriculum workshops for young kids, if that so much as interests any parents out there that may want to take advantage of that. This is where you will find the Sky Ride, of course, which as you've just seen from the off-ride footage of kind of over the park and over Miniland. Up here you kind of have to come up a number of hills to get to this area, and it really does offer some fantastic views over Miniland. So looking forward to getting on the Sky Ride and getting even better views from there. Also just behind me here, there's this big old dragon guy who likes spitting water out of his nose. It's actually pretty refreshing today because it is quite warm today. We're hitting 24 degrees here in Windsor today, so that actually is a nice way to kind of cool down for a little bit. It's also quite a relaxing area. This is kind of one of the more quieter areas of the park where you can just kind of come and relax and just chill out a little bit if the hustle and bustle and the kind of chaotic nature of kind of Ninjago and you know, Pirates Cove and all those areas, Mythica especially, kind of get a little bit busy towards the middle of the day. Come up here, chill out, get a drink, relax on the Sky Ride. What could be better, especially on a lovely day like today? Let's go get on. And here we are on the Sky Ride. Little car to myself here. It's the Lego 4D theatre in there. Something's playing, sounds pretty bassy. Some Lego giraffes there as well. Yeah, I mean, this is an area that actually hasn't changed very much at all in the decades, really. This is kind of more of a neglected area of the park, I think. And actually, maybe this would be an ideal place for a new coaster that I was talking about earlier on. I mean, there's a lot of dead area over here and things that aren't used very often, if at all, around here anymore. I mean, as you can see, it's not the most popular area of the park. So something could definitely be done here, I think. It's not a huge amount of space, not by looking initially, but a lot of this I think could be cut back. A lot of this could be hauled out of here as well, and it could definitely give enough space for another coaster up here, for sure. And actually, interaction with that coaster on this sky ride would actually be pretty cool. But yeah, this is a great little ride. This offers some fantastic views over the surrounding areas, and of course over Miniland as well. Yeah, I've been really lucky with the weather today, actually. Was going to come here yesterday, but decided not to, because the weather was pretty bad yesterday. And there you can see some great views of Miniland. Absolutely love that area. Really is great to walk around. Very impressive. And I have to admit, I do respect the work that's gone into that. But as you can see, there's many islands of different models around Miniland, and I think having a canopy over each one of those could kind of make things feel a little bit cramped, perhaps. I mean, obviously the Legoland in Florida has canopies to protect from that hot sun, and obviously the torrential rain that they get over there when they have their storms. I think we could probably do with something similar, if only maybe on the newer models, just to kind of help protect them a little bit from the elements. Ben & Jerry's ice cream there, which I am about to head to. And there we are, that's our little ride on the Sky Ride. Not a long ride, but it was walk on, so yeah, why not? There's a better view of the 4D cinema over there. And the giraffes. So there we are, I've just gone into the Ben & Jerry's up here in Imagination and got myself some Cherry Garcia and cookie dough ice cream. There we are. Just the 2 scoops I've gone for. 1 scoop was $3.75, 2 scoops £4, and 3 scoops $4.25. I know it was only an extra 25p, but I didn't want to be greedy. In terms of what I'm doing after I've demolished this ice cream, though, is I'm going to be heading back down these hills and taking on the Legoland Express, which is of course the railway that kind of runs around the center of the park here. Offers some pretty good views of Land of the Pharaohs and other surrounding areas. So we'll get some footage on the train before wrapping up today's vlog. That's going to be taking us pretty much towards the end of the day here at Legoland Windsor. It's been a great day. Let's head on down and get on the railway. So I'm now in the Heart Lake City area of Legoland Windsor, which is of course where you pick up the Legoland Express that, like I say, goes around that central area of the park. It's worth noting that there is actually a Zamperla disco here as well called Mia's Riding Adventure. Unfortunately down at the moment, and it looks as though they've got someone up on the disc here cleaning up what I can only assume is probably sick. I think someone has been a little ill on on Mia's Riding Adventure here. These Zamperla discos, they can be pretty intense and they are very spinny as well. This is just one of the smaller ones. It doesn't have the hump in the middle, much like the one at Breen that I was at last week. Just a fairly small one. It looks like they're just about to send it off for testing here, so it should be open again pretty shortly. There is a show here as well called Return to Skeleton Bay, which is kind of a pirate show, which unfortunately I have just missed. There is another showing a little bit later on, so I'll see if I can capture some footage from that show. It is a show that really hasn't changed very much in the past several years. It's still the same show. Kind of hoping that they was gonna, you know, maybe add a little bit more to it, or maybe do a completely different show altogether, because it is kind of, to be fair, it kind of ran its course quite a number of years ago. It's pretty tired right now. I'd like to see them do something a little bit different, maybe in the not too distant future. However, like I say, this is Heart Lake City. Let's head on to the train at last and sit down, take in some sights as we get on the Legoland Express. Let's go. Finally on the Legoland Expressway then, 20 minutes advertised queue time, and to be honest I'm not even sure if we're in the same decade anymore. Really bad operations today on Legoland Express.
Guys, can we make sure all children are sat on seats and not on laps? That children can be sat on seats and not on laps, thank you.
That's the rear of the Vekoma Madhouse there. Quite a big show building.
Keep an eye out for. You'll notice Dave by the fact he's always sleeping. If you do pop by Deep Sea, make sure to tell them hello from the Legoland Express. See some real geese in the grass. Girls, our journey aboard the Legoland Express is now coming to an end. We do hope you enjoyed your time with us today and visit us again soon. Remember to remain seated.
Some on-ride footage there then of the Legoland Express Railway, and despite operations being really shoddy here today on that, it's still a good ride. You know, it offers you some good views of some pretty good Lego models, and also, as you saw, you can get some good views of the rear of the Vekoma Madhouse, which if you're into kind of geeky stuff like me in the hidden areas of the parks, it's always quite nice to see. Anyway, a little bit late now for the final showing of Return to Skeleton Bay. I'm going to head over there now, put in a little bit of footage of the show, not too much, because like I say, it hasn't really changed in quite a long time. Put a little bit of footage in there for you to watch coming up in just a second.
The big bad boss won't stop journey, and we're ready. Get it for me.
A little bit of off-ride footage then of the Return to Skeleton Bay Pirate Show. And I'm on Laser Raiders now. Still interactive dark ride. Was a 15-minute advertised queue time. Only it went down just as I got right to the front. It went down for half an hour. Typical. But yeah, a little interactive dark ride. You get a little gun here. You just got to shoot the targets as they appear. And it kind of makes various things happen. Although me doing that while I'm filming is pretty tricky. I like the little guys that pop up there. Hey. You know what's really missing from this ride though? Unfortunately, this is no Sheriff Showdown. We don't get a bonus. No bonus on this ride. Oh wow, I'm missing everything here. Hey! You've got a bonus! Not today.
Warning! Find the 6-year-old statue stands hidden.
Oh wow, I've missed everything. 12,500, that is terrible. And there we go then. I think on that pretty dire result on Laser Raiders, I think that's a good place for me to wrap up today's vlog here at Legoland Windsor Resort. And I gotta say, I've had a great day today. The weather's been really kind to me. I've managed to get on lots of rides. I've seen Legoland Mythica, which obviously, like I say, was the new area for me, having not been here since before the pandemic. Really good to see, really great addition to the park. And of course, the flying theatre ride, Flight of the Skyline, which was fantastic, and I will say is absolutely my favourite ride here at the park, among some others, but that one really is spectacular. Worth getting on that if you haven't already. In terms of the park though, like I say, I would like to see another coaster at some point, somewhere, either over in Imagination where the Sky Ride was, or maybe in Mythica. I think Mythica could have a really well-themed coaster in that area, so that would be nice to see. Operations wise has been pretty good today. Queue times have been pretty short considering it is a Sunday. Just at the end of the day there, Laser Raiders and of course the Legoland Express just letting the side down a little bit. Legoland Express especially, that really was pretty dire today. Even when the carriages were full, doors were shut, waiting for a dispatch, it was like the operators were just standing around talking. You know, and we're talking a very long queue. Advertised 20 minutes, I was actually waiting over an hour, which, you know, kind of spoiled things a little bit. But aside from that, it's actually been really, really good today. It's my closest park here, so I always enjoy coming down to Legoland Windsor and seeing just what's changed. And you know, the new additions to the park and all that kind of stuff. It's a really well-maintained park as well. Prices are pretty fair, and like I say, for a Sunday, the numbers today have actually been pretty quiet. I have been to Legoland Windsor before, and it has been absolutely rammed. You know, queue times in excess of over an hour and all that kind of stuff. So today, pleasantly, has been pretty quiet. What else can I say? It's been a great day. I always enjoy Legoland Windsor. If you've not been here before, absolutely come down and see this park. Even if you are just an adult like me, it's always nice to get around and just see what this park has to offer. It's a great day out. And of course you have Windsor Castle that's not too far from here as well. And if you're a Merlin annual pass holder, you can get into that as well for free. So that's another bonus if you do come this way. That's it for me at Legoland Windsor Resort though. Like I say, I am back in a week's time where I am going to be at Alton Towers, my favourite park here in the UK and also the largest park here in the UK. So really looking forward to getting back to there for their 2022 season. There's nothing new, especially at Alton Towers, but it's always a great day out. And of course, they have that world record setting the Smiler for the 14 loops there, which is always fun to get on. So really looking forward to getting back to Alton Towers. But for now though, from Legoland Windsor, myself at Adventure Planet, I want to thank you so much for watching. As always, hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's vlog. And as always, happy riding everybody. See you in the next vlog.